LoveLine.
LoveLine is meant for an adult audience. LoveLine may contain sexually oriented content. Listener discretion is advised. This is LoveLine. LoveLine. With Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew.
Hey, everybody. It's LoveLine. I'm Adam. That's Dr. Drew. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Dr. Drew is a board-certified physician and addiction medicine specialist. Joseph Gordon-Levitt is here tonight. He's got himself a new movie out called Mysterious Skin. Joseph, I knew he looked familiar. Third Rock from the Sun, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Joe, didn't it just look like Adam was like fighting with the evil octopus or something?
Well,
it's like just this flash in a cartoon or something. What is going on here?
Well, the cord to my cans, as we
Suddenly
call
you're
it,
like struggling, your hands flailing, there's cords around you.
Yeah, it's weird. It was tied in a knot, and I was bothered by that, believe it or not, Drew. So
I'm impressed, man. You can keep people interested on the radio and deal with your cords at the same time.
Yeah,
I admire
people
that.
interested on the radio. Thanks, brother. So tell us. All right. So let me just get. When did Third Rock from the Sun end? 4 years ago.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Is that right?
Yeah, I was 19 when we stopped doing it. I'm 24 now.
And you started doing it when you were like 14? 13.
Yeah.
Wow. Good run.
Yeah, good run. All my teenage years.
Are you set for life?
Get right to the money. Is that it?
No, I'm just sort of. No one ever wants to talk about it. We don't want to talk about numbers. Well, we'd like to talk about numbers, and then you hear about the old stars, or Bob Denver made $186 an episode. Now he's doing boat shows in Pomona. That's Gilligan from Gilligan's Island.
Well,
but in today's world, are you okay? Now, you can't go travel around the world for the rest of your life and never work, but do you need to work?
What I will say is having done that show afforded me the opportunity to do movies like Mysterious Skin, which had no financing from big companies,
right?
Paid nothing but the union scale,
right?
And was, being done by a bunch of people who just were doing it for the love and because they believe in it.
What was the budget on it?
The budget was, I don't know exactly what it was, like $500,000 or something like that. Which, most studio movies cost like $20 million.
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
A small one.
I'm trying to think what they must have a stat somewhere. Average thing that's playing in the theater. I guess it changes from summer to winter or whatever. But, average thing that's in the theater, when you take the $80 million jobs and you weigh them out against the $3 million jobs, 1952 average thing in December in the theater. You know what I mean? It'd be interesting to see that chart.
And if you think about how a television show costs, it's like $150,000 for an hour of television. $500 for a movie. That's a
$150.
I mean, that's
more than that.
A lean television operation. Yeah.
No, we used to get $5 something for the Man Show
per episode.
Yeah,
per episode. Wow.
Yeah.
But that sounds. He makes a movie out of that.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. Drew, come on,
but
buddy.
It doesn't look cheaply made. It was actually the guy that made it, Greg Araki, who's made a bunch of movies in the past.
I think I was in one of his films.
I think he was on the show.
He was on the show.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah. I was in one of his movies.
That was the...
What movie?
With the sleuth, the detective or something?
Some of the ones I never did see, but this
is the one you came late to in a quarry.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, not in a quarry, in a junkyard.
Right.
Oh, man.
Well, he's done a lot of movies.
Yes.
So he had the experience and the wherewithal to prepare so heavily and put so much work into it that we could shoot it in 24 days and actually make it look really good. It's not one of these gritty-looking, low-budget aesthetic indie movies.
Well, people, we're getting to the point where people can make movies
on a Mac.
Greg cut the movie at home on his Mac.
And he actually had an Avid machine sitting on top of his Mac.
Yeah,
that's what he made.
Final Cut Pro.
He actually held it up.
He put his ass on the Mac. He
sat on the Mac while he worked on the Avid.
Final Cut Pro 4, available at your local Apple store. That's what Greg cut the movie on.
And did he? All right, buddy, come on, relax.
Hey, I'm passionate about these sorts of things. It's exciting.
All right, well, easy on the passion. Drew's passionate too,
but you don't.
About pie.
Drew wants pie. And was it shot like on digital, like a 3-chip camera?
No, it wasn't. It was shot 35 millimeter.
Oh, really?
It was because he was so prepared. Greg knew this movie so well
I've worked with the man. Believe you me, I just can't remember what it was.
Yeah, well, he could watch the movie in his head while we were making it.
That's either genius or high. It's either genius or super high.
Yeah, he doesn't get super high.
All right, then genius.
Yeah, I think he's a bit of a genius.
Michelle, you got to IMDb me and find out what this movie was
Will you
called.
recognize if I say it? Was it Nowhere? Was it Doom Generation?
Ooh. Nowhere. I'm going with Nowhere.
I was thinking Doom Generation.
Oh, really? Well, Drew hasn't smoked as much pot as me,
it
so
wasn't
maybe
as
we'll
though
go
Adam
with
was
that.
actually on the screen.
I was on the screen. How dare you? I play someone's boss. You know what I'm saying? Uh-huh. All right. Now, when is this coming out, by the way?
It's coming out on Friday.
What's it about?
It's about two different guys who, when they're young, they both are abused by their Little League coach. And it's really horrible.
Wow. Sexual abuse?
Sexual abuse.
So it's a comedy.
Yeah.
Wow.
But they cope with it in different ways, so they kind of become two opposite people. And the movie catches up with them when they're 18, and they become like opposites from each other.
And you're one of them.
I'm one of them.
And now, how'd you get the material? Who gave you the script?
It was standard. I just got a script from my agent.
Oh,
and
really?
I read it, and that's when it becomes not standard, because most scripts are awful.
Mm-hmm.
And this was
written a few. Yeah, but this wasn't. Who wrote it? Did Greg write it?
Greg adapted a novel. The novel's also really good, Mysterious Skin, the book.
Wow.
And it's such a good script. You could just tell when you were reading it that like whoever wrote this really cares about it. And most scripts you read, they just sound like someone's trying to make some money.
Well, I wonder if Greg Araki ever got diddled by his T-ball coach, because he's a little ambiguous sexually, as I recall. Now, back in the day, he was hooked up with What's-Her-Nose from 90210. Remember her?
Yeah, who was that?
I don't know. I can't remember. What was her name? What was his girlfriend or wife's name? She was also in this movie I was in.
You were in Splendor.
Oh, you were in Splendor.
I was in Splendor.
Splendor. You played Mike's stupid boss.
I told you it wasn't that movie you thought it was, but it may have been the one I thought it was. But it turned out it was a third. Splendor. Yes?
Yes, 1999, Splendor.
I was excellent. All right. Hey, Anderson, relax over there, buddy. You cool? You cool. All right. Where are we?
Taking calls. Here we go.
All right.
Adam.
Corolla.
You know, now when people, I was walking down the hall and somebody was yelling Lauren's name, our junior producer Lauren. Goes, Lauren, I thought Corolla.
I'm trying to get the pool game, Joseph. Trying to get the pool game, Marco Polo. Change to Adam Corolla.
That sounds like a great idea.
I know you probably have a lot of Hollywood friends. You could probably, they all have pools out here.
Sure, of course.
Lithgow's probably got a couple of pools. Imagine does he have kids?
Yeah, but he actually feels very strongly about Spanish explorers from the 14th century.
Oh, so he only uses Marco Polo's name. Yeah.
Is he Spanish?
Whatever.
Okay. You ready to rock?
Shut up.
All right, let's rock. Chelsea,
Yeah,
you're 20?
I am.
Well, see if you can get him to play Marco Corolla, because to me that's a nice compromise. And it has a nice sound to
It
it.
does, indeed.
Hey, if I have a son, Marco Corolla. Wow, that's a guy. That's your buddy.
Marco.
Yeah, but he could be your worst nightmare, too, if you piss him off.
It's Marco.
Do not piss Marco Corolla off. He'll make short work
Every
of your
Marco
ass.
I know is a little bit.
Ladies love him, though.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Certain kinds.
He's a looker.
Chelsea, you're 20.
Yes, correct. Well, I was just wondering because, I go to the University of Kansas, and I had to take a women's studies class for one of my humanity requirements. And they said something, that we had a pamphlet that we got from some feminist organization, and that they said that vitamin C taken in high doses could bring on menstruation or even cause an abortion. Do you know anything about that?
Well, there are all kinds of...
Got to be pregnant first, though, right?
In what context? I mean, you can take there are many, many medications you can take that will potentially harm or kill a
Let's say
baby.
it took 700 billion cc's of vitamin folic acid.
C is not something you'd sort of think of high on your list of something that's going to induce an abortion, but there are many things that can damage the fetus.
Well,
what's the point of this?
Here's the whole thing, too, when they go, in large enough doses, air will kill you.
Right.
Stick your head out of an airplane.
I heard that chocolate in large enough doses will get you high.
Yeah, and it'll crush you, too, if it lands on you.
That's
like a
right.
metric
There you
ton
go.
of carob lands on you.
I
It'll
don't
crush you,
understand the
Drew.
context. Right, that's the point. Why is this even...
Well, you got to eat, you have to eat like a Winnebago-size Hershey
Right.
Kiss, and
Yeah,
then eventually it'll kill
vitamin C,
you.
right.
Yeah, I mean vitamin C, yeah.
What do you... I don't understand what you're asking, Chelsea.
Well, I was just wondering because I have the last time I had
Let me put it this way.
okay.
When there are reliable ways to induce abortion, doctors will give you those options. That's what we do. Here's the way to have an abortion.
Yeah.
When there are ways that may only damage, that may only damage the uterus or damage the child or damage you, that's not what we're going to offer you.
Well, I had a girlfriend back in the 20s where, we were pregnant, and the doctor told her, no, she had 2,700 Flintstones chewables.
Oh, yeah, well, 2,700, yeah.
Yeah. I said, couldn't we just use the vacuums? They
didn't have the vacuum.
Didn't have the vacuum back then. We had to use Flintstones.
Chelsea, so what?
Stay away from the Wilmas. They had estrogen in them, she said. I don't know if she was right or not.
I could have been back then.
You just listen. It was a different time. All right, here's my point.
But what is the question?
There's no question.
No, she had something. She was going to tell me about the context. You're having your period on what?
Okay, the last time I had my period was April 5th. So, but I'm normally 4 to 5 weeks, so it would have been. So I'm 2 to 3 weeks late, depending.
Do you think you're pregnant?
Well, okay. When I realized that I was late, I started taking vitamin C just because I don't know why, and then I took a pregnancy test and it came up negative. But then I was wondering, well, maybe it's the vitamin C that is
no. Chelsea, you seem so distrustful of everything. I mean, you don't believe a pregnancy test. You won't get some help for this. You won't go get proper, abortion services if that's what you want. What is this about? I mean, it's like alarming to hear you talk like this. You're a college student and you're gonna figure out for yourself your own gynecological services.
Wow.
A gynecologist.
I mean, you're in college.
Chelsea.
I can't go in for another 2 weeks. So
you don't have health services there for free?
No, we do not.
Really?
No, you can't throw yourself on the mercy of some part of your college.
You don't have a student health service organization that will just take you in and look at you?
Not for free, no. It's all through insurance and...
And then as a part of being a student there, you have to have insurance.
Correct.
Okay, so you have insurance.
See,
it covers
Drew knows
the visit.
all about this college thing.
It covers the visit. What are you waiting for? I'm alarmed for you.
But it doesn't cover it completely.
All right.
So $10,
Listen,
Chelsea. Wait, Chelsea. We're talking about.
I don't care.
We're talking about a $10 copay.
Well, that doesn't seem like much to you, Drew, but to her, it's almost
she spent
nothing.
that for lunch yesterday.
Yeah.
Chelsea, $10 copay. What are you waiting for?
Well, I can't go in.
All right. Just look. Who cares, Drew?
Wow. I
can't
care.
save everybody. Let certain people on a self-destructive path. You got to let them go. Can't stop them.
Well, there's many things that can cause your menstrual irregularities. The top things, of course, are pregnancy, but there are several others. You need an evaluation. Yeah. Vitamin C is going to do nothing.
Let me explain about everything doing anything. Nothing does anything, really.
If it does something, we know about it.
Even then, it doesn't do anything.
What do you mean?
Look, here's all I'm saying. If people do this thing where, they think they can't get an erection because they're smoking too many cigarettes at 21, it does nothing. Eating pot, smoking pot, nothing. Booze, nothing. Nothing does anything under about the age of 40. Really, just go ahead and do whatever you want. Yeah, and all those people that, the vitamin C or the roots or the ginseng or the jojoba, it only does stuff for crazy people. But that doesn't affect your actual function.
I just had a meeting today with people who are going to come out with the new premature ejaculation pill. Remember we had that data on that? Mm-hmm. It really works.
Really?
Yeah.
It's tough.
Why is that funny?
I don't know. In my experience, sex is just way more mental than what you can control with a pill.
Some people can only last about a minute and a half, and there's a whole group physically, biologically. Last a minute and a half.
I just know that. I mean, and I've had my share of experiences where I come, quicker than a minute and a half, and it's usually because, for various reasons of what's going on in my head.
There's a few million men that can't get past a minute and a half, no matter what the circumstances. And when you give them a serotonin transport inhibitor, they go to about 4 minutes.
Oh.
So you can do that.
All right.
And then the interesting in this study, which was several thousand men, is that it increased the satisfaction of the partner in partners who weren't complaining about dissatisfaction, which I found interesting.
Who weren't complaining.
Yeah, but they still felt like about
I could get.
You could increase their serotonin levels, but you could also like tell them to stop subscribing to Maxim magazine.
There was a placebo arm, and it didn't make any difference.
Really?
No, I'm not talking about a placebo. I'm talking about like maybe there's something else going on in their life besides their physical, chemical.
But some of them are 20, some are 60, and they've all had the problem their whole life, and so.
Yeah. Well, whatever. Look, here's the thing. Joseph's saying maybe it's up in their head. Maybe it is. Whether it is or not, it's in there.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't coming out.
I don't know why. I don't trust pills.
I would. Well, unless you need them, though.
Yeah, you're young. You shouldn't be taking pills.
Wait till you get something, then you'll trust it. Yeah.
The problem is we're not supposed to live past.
Good for sleep.
We're not supposed to live past 40. We're really not supposed to live past 40.
Here's my thing with that pill, Drew. I break it in half. Half goes in the mouth. The other up the urethra.
Oh, really?
Yeah, act as an actual blockade.
Remember, we used to have those things that give erection by pushing up the urethra. Remember that? Back in we used to do LoveLine TV. That was the Viagra then.
I thought it was a shot.
We had those little suppositories that went in the urethra.
Up the urethra?
You took a shot to get an erection?
Yeah.
There's that too. That's still
there's a shot in the penis.
But
I remember the
pills.
urethra one.
What do they call it? Start with an M. Look it up. Look erectile dysfunction.
No, please. Leave her alone. Shirley?
Yes.
What's we used to remember before Viagra? That's all we had.
Shirley? No, I don't. What do we mean?
We used to talk about it on LoveLine TV all the time.
I thought we used to talk about giving the injection to the penis.
Oh my God.
That was before. That's still around for people that have severe medical problems where they can't.
We talked about putting a pill or suppository down the urethra.
Yeah.
I cannot imagine being in the mood after injecting my. Oh my God.
Yeah, but imagine you had end-stage heart disease or end-stage kidney disease. You had about 4 years to live.
Can't get an erection.
No way you're going to get an erection. This allowed you to do it.
And it has to be in your penis? The ejection goes in your
Because it's a prostaglandin that prevents the outflow of blood.
I don't know, man. I think I'd be so traumatized. The last thing I would want to do would be have sex after.
That would be the first week of not being able to have sex, but by year number 4,
you'll be fine.
I guess give me the needle,
That's
Doc.
probably true.
Shirley?
Yeah.
You're 21?
Mm-hmm.
Joseph, obviously a man of passion as well, Drew.
Exquisite passion.
Reminds me of a young Dr. Drew. Shirley?
Yeah.
What's up?
Okay, first I want to say, Joseph, you're awesome, and I loved you in Manic.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. So I'm so pleased you saw that.
Movie.
Hold on, was I in that too, or?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, all right.
All right.
Just checking.
Well, okay, my thing is, since I was 18, when I was 18, I started having phone sex with my boyfriend who was in the military.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's to the point where I cannot get off without phone sex.
Wow.
You mean if you're with him in person, you need somebody talking to you on the phone?
Yeah, honestly, yes. And
That's
it's
awesome.
driving me crazy.
Wow.
And, no matter what we're doing, I can't get off unless I'm on the phone.
Now, explain,
With someone else or with him?
Or just a phone to your ear with the dial tone going?
No, that doesn't work. A lot of these times I call, there's these, you see on TV for these numbers, live links or something. I'll call that even if he's not around. I can't.
Yeah. We're okay.
We get that you like it, but what do you? How do you orgasm when you're with him in person?
Yeah, that's what we're trying to figure out.
I don't. That's the thing. I don't.
So you're right, but you will not talk on the phone while you're with him physically.
No, we never tried that because he won't try that.
Does he know how hooked you are?
Wait, hold on a second. It's physically impossible for him to be on top of you and on the phone unless you have a couple of soup cans and some yarn.
Or 2 cell phones.
Or 2 cell phones.
No, but she could get on with some other weird line.
No, I know. He's saying he won't try that. You mean he doesn't want to be on you while you're on the phone with some guy from the 900 number?
Well, yeah, but it doesn't have to be some guy. I mean, it's just even if he would try, which I know it sounds weird, but it would help me. Even when I masturbate, I can't get off.
I know.
Oh boy,
Shirley's colossally dumb. I'm trying to do the math here.
I know, she won't follow. She can't track.
He's on the phone. Is he in the next room? Is he on her? What would he like? What would she like him to do? He can't be in her and on the blower at the same time.
But he could be in her and somebody else on the blower.
Right, but she's saying she'd like him to try it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shirley.
What does he want to do?
I want to know how he's going to have phone sex and real sex with you simultaneously.
Well, I understand that, but I understand that, but he won't even, when he's home, he won't have phone sex with me anymore. He only did it because he was away.
Does he know how hooked you are?
I tell him, and he gets mad at me because I can't orgasm, and I'm trying to tell him why I can't. And
do you guys talk to each other while you're doing it?
Yeah, and that really doesn't help me any.
What is it about the phone sex?
I don't know. I know I love to be called names and things like that, and he's tried that, and that doesn't help me.
Well, you need to think very deeply about what you're experiencing.
You want me to have a special ed call you from Crank Yankers? That's hot. I'm going to Hawaii. Yeah.
Think very hard about what it is that you are into with this, and see if you can re-evoke the same thing when you're actually with your boyfriend.
All right, but Shirley, sounds like something's up.
Yeah.
Something's going on with you.
I don't know. That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Well, I mean, you don't have any kids, do you?
No.
Okay, no kids.
I don't want any kids.
I know you don't
just
want any.
don't have any
That
kids.
never stopped people from having them.
Right.
That's my mom. But here's very sad. Here's the thing. Were you abused in any way? Were you abandoned? Was there any problems?
My dad moved out when I was 4, and my mom went through like 5 different guys. Like I have siblings to 4 other people.
Yeah, I'm hearing that.
I don't know that.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to try this one more time. I've been wrong every single time I've tried it, but this time, Drew, I know I'm on. I know I'm on.
And
because
go.
I can feel it. Jewish family. Shirley.
What?
You're calling from Pennsylvania. You have 5 siblings from 5 different dudes. Your dad split the scene.
Amish.
Asian or Jew? Which is it?
Neither.
Oh, God! I'm wrong again. I can't believe it. Drew, I'm a very intuitive guy.
It's Amish. It's Amish. Yes, come on.
Drew,
I'm
please.
not.
You know my instincts are good. Not Amish?
No.
I don't care about your
I'm from
Amish thing.
Pittsburgh.
You know I'm intuitive, right?
Yeah.
I'm very intuitive.
Yes.
And my batting average is very high on this show. And I
Yes,
guess people are truck drivers or truck. I have been wrong on this Asian Jew thing at least 50 times in a row.
This one's a perfect candidate.
I don't know. I got to get recalibrated at the temple.
I didn't get that vibe at all.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm off again. Shirley?
Yeah.
You need to not do what your mom did. That's got to be your number one goal.
Don't live in a trailer.
Yes.
My mom had me. She was 16.
We know what your mom did.
Right.
That's the point. So we're making fun.
What's the plan? What are you doing? You going to school? You working?
I'm working full time, and I'm going to be going to Pitt University soon.
Great. Good.
That's the important thing.
As far as this problem goes, you're going to have to sort of work it out with this guy, but he's got to play ball a little bit with you.
Yeah.
On the other hand, he doesn't have to completely indulge you because he has a feeling maybe this is going to spin off and you're going to lose your relationship.
Yeah, I'd like to see her convert whatever it is that she likes about that into the real setting, into the flesh meeting. Let's have some pie.
Drew, what if she got one of those Bluetooth things?
Oh.
She gets the Bluetooth thing.
And then she can do whatever she wants.
He gets a speakerphone in the bedroom.
It doesn't have to be with him. She can talk to whoever she wants then.
Yeah, but he's trying to wants to have sex with her, too, while she's hearing him.
He'll be fine. Let's have pie. Come on.
They need a new handset with sexual attachments so that you could have that kind of...
yeah. That's nice.
Very interesting.
All right, let me give the pie to Michelle. She needs to cut it up.
Did you find the name of the suppository?
Yeah, I'm learning a lot of things.
Yeah, that's good.
Your email's going
What's
to
the
be
name?
clogged up for the next 10 years.
Marked as Muse.
Muse, that's what it was. I would say Muzak, but it's Muse, right?
It was called Muse.
Yeah.
You're right. Joseph Gordon-Levitt is here tonight. Mysterious Skin is the name of his new movie, out in theaters on May... What?
This Friday.
Oh, this Friday.
Oh, that's tomorrow.
Yeah, why does it say in New York on May 6th?
It came out in New York on May 6th. It's coming out on Friday in L.A. Sunset 5.
New York, L.A., and if you guys like it, we'll fill those parts in between. So, we'll take a quick break. We'll be right back after this.
1-800-LOVE-191.
LoveLine.
LoveLine with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew. We'll be right back.
The one and only Live 105.
Hey, everybody. Ridiculous city we live in. It's LoveLine. I'm Adam. That's Dr. Drew. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Joseph Gordon-Levitt is here tonight from Mysterious Skin. It is coming out tomorrow in Los Angeles. I was just finishing a thought, but here's how effed up the city is, if you need to know anything about this great city of Los Angeles. When I did used to do work. I did earthquake rehab for the city for a while, downtown LA. They gave me the status of laborer because I was the best carpenter, and the laborers got paid more.
Right.
And in normal society, laborers at the time would get $7 an hour, and carpenters get $16 an hour.
But in LA?
In LA City, the laborers got 19-something an hour, and the carpenters got like $17.55 an hour.
So basically, the guy that's worked for 9 years gets less than the guy that walks off the street.
Yeah. And then the other thing was there was a little EEOC requirements too. So we had to have like a chick, Vietnamese guy, black guy, and a Chinese guy. Except for we couldn't find any chicks or Chinese guys or black guys who actually were in earthquake rehab. So our black guy was a guy named Chipper, who was, I think, like a dancer by trade. I gave him one of my tool bags, so he had a tool bag, and he had like a Gucci belt threaded through it and this one tool bag hanging off it, and he would wear loafers, and he knew nothing. And he got paid the same as everyone else who'd been there for 10 years because we had to round out the ethnic totem pole.
No. It's for the good of society.
It's for the better. It's for the better. It is for the better. That's your taxpayer dollars at work, everybody. And the chick, forget about it. I don't even know it. We found something for her to do. Like, just walk in the circle on the sidewalk until we're done working. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Let's talk to Mike, who's 17. Mike?
Yeah, hello?
Oh. How far was that receiver from your face, Mike, that it took that much effort to get it back to your cheek?
Yeah, what's up? I took steroids recently.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I have, no sex drive now.
What did you take?
Minor steroid. I think it's called, MAC 10.
Is it a pill?
Yeah.
How long did you take it for?
I took around 6 cycles.
So how long is that for you?
You basically take 3 pills every day for 2 weeks, then you take 2 weeks off. And I also took estrogen blockers. Basically, that's just to help my liver.
No, basically, you took that so you didn't get the man boobs.
Oh, yeah, for the man boobs,
that doesn't do anything for your liver. In fact, it could be a little tougher on your liver.
All right.
Hold on. I don't know. Again, I know I've been burned before tonight, but I'm going Jew. I'm going Jew. I know when I hear a Jew. He's calling from Fresno. He's on the Jews. Mike, you Jewish?
No, dude.
Oh!
So you basically did a year of this, right?
You're like 0 for 28.
You did a year of this, right?
Basically.
Yeah, and I'm hearing a little pot laugh going, too. You smoke a fair amount of pot?
What's up?
I think it could have been Joseph, by
Could
the
have
way.
been. Do you smoke
what are you what are you doing? Do you smoke? What do you do? Just hang up?
Mike?
Drew, you cornered him and freaked him out.
I know.
By the way,
so the pot may be causing the rectal problem.
Let me explain something.
Dude, he's taking steroids and you blame it on the pot?
Steroids, I'm saying it could have been, yeah, the steroids will do it too, absolutely, but he's off it now, why isn't he still, and we didn't get to find out how long he's been off the steroids. The two together will profoundly affect sexual function. No doubt about
but
it.
don't blame,
Don't blame the weed, Drew. Come on, don't harsh his mouth.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about Jones.
Weed's a natural drug. It's good
No,
for you.
I'm saying,
it's certainly good for your erectile function.
No, not for a lot of guys. In fact, it raises estrogen levels and causes breast enlargement in many men, particularly around his age.
No.
And yes.
No, it doesn't.
Adam.
It doesn't, Drew. And no one ever knows smokes pot, has breast enlargement, men, 17-year-old. 1 in 10 billion.
No, not 1 in 10 billion. Probably 1 in 100.
100 billion.
1 in 100, something like
million.
That. And they got to
Not
smoke a lot
1 in 100. I know, but it never happens, Drew. It's always a genetic thing. The weed ain't gonna do anything. But look, he had the pot laugh. That's what set Drew off. And also, here's the affirmative on the weed smoking. He hung up when Drew asked him to smoke weed. He freaked out. But let me explain something, stoners. You can go ahead and lie. Or you can go ahead and say, yeah, I'm high now.
And by the way, we don't care. I don't care. You smoke pot. It's fine. We're just going to try to figure out why your penis doesn't get hard.
But I will say to this guy, he's 17. He's on the juice. He's on the weed. This kid's rangy.
Well, I'll tell you what.
You know what I mean? It's usually one or the other.
No, it isn't.
It isn't?
Yeah, a little older. When I see the 20-year-olds under, it's usually pot, a stimulant, and the weed, and the juice. They go together.
Most high school juicer guys
go towards stimulants.
High school juicer guys are jocks.
Yep.
And those aren't the weed guys. No.
Some of them are.
not usually the same guy who's smoking the herb and doing the juice. The juice is just the juice and the aggressive, or maybe it's just nothing. It's just Mickey's Big Mouth in the parking lot after the Friday night game. All right.
I'm telling you, almost always, they're doing stimulants and the juice.
Oh, yeah.
That's the combination.
Well, here's
you always have those two together.
I know,
and then a certain percentage of those are smoking pot. A lot of, and the reason being is a lot of the marijuana will eventually induce a depression. The stimulants relieve that, so that sort of puts a little fuel behind using the stimulants.
This guy's 17, so
he's young for all
nothing
that.
happens. Here's what goes on. The reason the guys who are on the juice are also doing the stimulants is because they're open for business.
They like that feeling. They all like being jacked
Well,
up.
if you're a 17-year-old and someone says, look, you're going to take steroids, you'll take anything. Do you know what I mean?
Well, why don't they take pain pills then?
Well, if you had them and you started feeding them to them, they do it.
They don't. They tend to stay with the stimulants. They get exposed to a lot of stuff.
They do anything I gave them. I can guarantee you that.
Your buddies, yeah.
Yeah. No, they do anything they can get their hands on. This stuff's easier. The stimulants, people cook it up at home. They get it cheap. Believe me, I know what the kids are up to. And yes, they are aggressive guys. They're jacked up guys.
But some people like downers. Some people like uppers. These guys like
downers.
the uppers.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm saying they don't smoke weed. Thank you.
A certain percent do.
A certain percent, which is almost none. Melissa,
why don't you come to work with me and I'll
because you
so on
see,
patients.
let me explain something. You see everybody like my sister. When I asked her what percentage of society was gay, and she said 90%. She worked at a hair salon in Silver Lake. You're overwhelmed where you're working. I know everything, Drew. I don't need to go count heads or look at a at a book at that place
everything
that
about
lets
what
them
you
out.
experience. I got to broaden your experience a little bit because it's been a little while since you've been out of high school. A little while.
I know. Pot and the juice aren't the same guy.
Yes, they usually are not. Except
usually. Yeah, but see, Drew, we end up arguing because you say you're turning into the guy you hate, which is there's a very small percentage that does. Of course, there's guys who smoke weed and do the juice.
The stimulant and juice go together all the time.
Yes, that's what I'm with you on.
All right.
Melissa,
Yeah.
you're 18.
Yeah, I'm 18.
What's up?
Okay, so there's this guy. This is gonna sound kind of gross, but okay. There's this guy that I'm hooking up with. I'm having sex with, and he wants to do it in the butt. And I've never done that before. And I don't know. Like, I just don't think that it just doesn't sound appealing to me. You know, I don't think I would be turned on by it. And my question is, why are guys so why is it so appealing to them?
Joe?
I can't really speak to this. This is not actually something that it's not my thing.
No, it's not my thing either.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Drew?
No, I don't get it at all.
Drew doesn't get it at all, but boys, he give it. I'll tell you what. Ask any of his ladies. Hey, Melissa?
Is it like a gay thing?
No. No. Here's. Let's see if we can break down the anal maniacs.
Wait, what?
Anomaniacs.
Anomaniacs.
Yeah. Who's an anal maniac?
Yeah.
Your boyfriend.
No, I don't.
Isn't an anal maniac?
He's not my boyfriend. He's just someone.
Oh, wow, nervy. This kid's got chutzpah.
Range.
Yeah, it's called gall.
He's got it.
He's got it. Well, okay, so here's the thing. Let's try to break this down. They're the guys who do it. I would say 80% of the anal guys are just... No, okay, I'm going to revise this. 70% of the anal guys are just aggressive guys.
Great.
Their whole thing is I like to hurt a woman a little bit when I'm on top of her. I ain't into the passionate lovemaking.
I think some guys like to get this feeling like not actually hurting, but as though they were hurting a woman with their penis.
There's the...
And if they actually happen to, so much the better.
I think it's more like it's an extra conquest. It's like it's a boost.
Well,
your ego.
I think that's the other.
It's almost the same. It's the degrade them. There's a little degrading. There's a little sort of conquest and degrade. It's not so much that you beat the opponent. It's that you put a whooping on them.
Well, if she would let me do this, then I must be really badass.
Yeah, it's all the same feelings that are floating around, but it's also an element of guys who degrade women to a certain degree.
Yeah, agreed.
Then, because these guys, by the way, these are all guys who watch a ton of porn, too, I would say.
Right.
I also know, people, friends of mine who are very loving couples who do it all the time.
The Lithgows.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Got quite an image.
The Stewarts. So the other thing is then there's the sort of 20% that are just like, hey, it's tighter. It feels good. There are okay, 10%.
All right.
They just like there are the guys that are so sort of sexual. Now I know they're not passionate, but they're like they want to eat a woman when they get them in bed. I mean, there's nothing they don't. These are the guys who want to go down on them for 4 days and 69 for a couple of
those guys. That's not the anal sex guy though.
No.
I know what you're talking about. I'm not sure it's the
I
same
love
guy.
pleasuring
Really?
a girl, but I've never been into
I do too. If you count, if you call pleasuring them performing oral on me. If that's what you mean by pleasuring, and I think I read you, Joe. That's me too. I'm into it. I love to pleasure a
You're
woman.
so astute, man.
Yeah,
It astounds.
Oh no, I can read you. That's my thing. I read. That's like how when I was wrong about the Jew thing. That's why I was surprised. But all right, how about the guys that just they like getting dirty when they're having sex. Like they just like digging in. The stuff needs to be flying.
Yeah.
You know that guy?
Yeah. That's the
Okay.
aggressive guy though. That's back to that guy.
There's but there's the. I'm going to put my tongue on your bung.
No,
I'm saying
Stuff that's not painful, but that's messy.
Right now?
That's what I'm saying, Drew. Prepare.
You just said that.
Prepare.
Well, listen, there's also a certain amount of it motivated by women because there's some women that are very much into this.
Right. So. But basically, not a good instinct.
No.
There's about 80% chance you got a guy that's, and then there's the check it off the list guy.
Right. I just think it's you're just likely to create resentment.
Okay.
A good way to make your women resent you.
All right. Melissa?
Yeah.
We're saying do it.
Oh my God! No.
No, we're saying don't do anything you don't want to do unless I ask you to do it.
And the guys, he'll get over it.
It's just like it's not appealing to me. I don't know.
All right, that's fine.
Some women, a small number like it, but it's a small number.
And look, it's like when people talk about, oh, you've never had calf brain? It's awesome. And I go, no, I don't. And they go, you got to try it. And I go, no, I just don't.
Yeah, certainly you do not have to try.
There's no way it's going to taste like barbecued ribs.
And think of all the things you missed eating that day instead of the calf brains. You know what I'm saying?
I know there's certain asks I don't want to do. I know there's certain stuff I don't like. I can kind of feel it or taste it before I do it. And that's another interesting point. I do believe that people can sort of, if you take a moment, you can feel what things would feel like. Like, I've never surfed a 20-foot wave. I've never surfed a 10-foot or a 5-foot wave. I know what it would feel like. Do you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I know what the calf brain would taste like. I know what jumping out of an airplane feels like. I've never done it. I know what it feels like. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When you have dreams, by the way, that's what you do. You jump out of a plane and it feels like it would feel. Mm-hmm. I know what anal sex feels like.
You have that in your dreams all the time.
Haven't you ever done anything before and you're like, oh my God, this is not at all what I expected it to be like?
No, not really.
I pity you, man. That's too bad.
What happened?
It's amazing when that happens.
Well, give me an example.
It feels real good.
Give me something. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, give me something good.
Something that I didn't expect it to feel like.
Not something that was really good, but something that was really different than what you thought it would be like.
Since you used this example, I once ate crocodile. Mm-hmm. It wasn't what I expected it to be like at all.
What is it? What was it?
What was it like? Well, I just expected it to be, everything kind of tastes like chicken or something.
Right.
Yeah, see.
I heard it was like...
It didn't, though. It really tasted like unlike anything I'd really ever had. The closest thing maybe would be shrimp, but...
Really? Shrimp?
But it wasn't really.
Oh, I heard crocodile was like oily tasting.
I remember I had one that tastes like pork, kind of like shredded pork.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, see, there you have it.
There you go. Yeah. All right.
Glitch in the matrix.
Well, I got to eat some crocodile then. Where can you get gator around here?
This wasn't anywhere nearby, actually.
But I wonder if crocodile is different than gator.
Sure, it's different.
Yeah, I had alligator.
All right. Corolla. I've eaten a lot of manatee.
Shut up!
Lesbian.
All right.
Can we ask her if her man matches either of the archetypes that we were describing? Is he aggressive? Does he like pain? Is he
Interesting. Melissa?
Yeah.
I don't think she knows the guy very well. Do you know this guy very well?
I know he's like one of my best friends. We just hook up like when we party and stuff.
Is he aggressive?
He's not aggressive at all. That's the thing. He's
What is
really
he?
Not.
What is he like?
I don't know. I mean, like, I'm more aggressive than he is, I think.
Is he just interested in trying new things?
Not really. That's just the thing he wants to try, you know?
I still get the feeling that the Melissa's the thing.
I think he wants to check it off his
Here's
list.
it. Melissa's the person he gets to just use for whatever his needs.
He's just seeing a lot of
God.
porno videos. And
No,
wants
Melissa,
to-
that's the way he's using you. It's just like, hey, this is the one I got to sort of test things out on, and you're making it available to me, so let's try it all out.
Testosterone.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yes, Melissa, that's it.
That's
All right.
weird.
No more casual sex with this guy. Find yourself
why
a boyfriend.
Not? I only have casual sex.
Hey, if she's enjoying it, don't tell her not to do
Why?
something.
Why do you only
Exactly.
have, why only casual?
I just got out of a horrible relationship, and I do not want to get tied down to anyone at all.
What was wrong with that relationship?
Oh my God, you don't even want to know. I was with a psychotic person.
All right. So there's issues going on here.
Why did you get hooked up with a psychotic
All
person?
right,
Why did you
who?
stay with a psychotic person?
What are you going to do, Drew? Can't
There
cure
you go.
everyone.
All right.
Just enjoy. Don't do anything you don't want to do. Don't get pregnant. Don't get AIDS. And don't call. All right. Joseph Gordon-Levitt is here tonight. Name of the movie, Mysterious Skin, out tomorrow in Los Angeles. And we'll take ourselves a quick break. Be right back after this.
If you need help,
Call LoveLine. 1-800-LOVE-191.
the one and only Live 105.
Hey, everybody. LoveLine. I'm Adam. That's Dr. Drew. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Joseph Gordon-Levitt is here tonight. Mysterious Skin. Name of one of his many new movies coming out. Third Rock from the Sun is one of the many things you may remember him from. And well received. I like that Lithgow's actually one of my favorite actors.
He's a good actor.
Good and seems to be good. You know, he was good in Garp. He was good. He was even good in Cliffhanger. Played a good heavy. Good. He's good. He's good straight. He's good comedically. I think he's just good.
evil.
He always comes to play. That's the thing. He never phones anything in. He never is just doing something to placate somebody or to make some money. Like he always tries really hard.
That's where we parted ways.
Yeah.
I didn't. When I found out about
Lithgow,
Lithgow,
he
that's-
always comes in, but you never come in.
I know.
So
That's
perfect.
what. No, that's
So you match.
no. Philosophically, that's when we parted ways. Okay, but I still respect him. It's just we couldn't hang. That's all. What's Lithgow up to? Is he doing something? Is he
He's
doing
in a play right now on Broadway.
See, I don't respect that. He's probably not getting paid that much. Probably doing it for the art. Probably doing it for the love.
Sucker.
Yeah. Kim,
Yes,
you're 20.
I am.
All right. Oh, wait. I don't want to talk to Kim. I got
don't
enough.
talk to
I got
her.
enough boner talk. I want to talk to Ashlyn.
All right.
Not her. She's. We'll get back to you, Kim. Hang on. Ashlyn,
Yeah?
you're 18.
Yes.
You're dating a 42-year-old friend of the family.
Yeah.
You met at a party and you had sex with him at the party.
No. No, I'm starting to. He's a doctor, but
Ooh, anyone we know?
no,
All right.
probably not. No.
He's a doctor, and he's a friend of the family.
Yeah.
And what does that mean? Is he a friend of your father's, your mother's?
Oh no, like a distant family. So like I'm not even. I hardly know them. That's like the second time I've seen them. So yeah.
The
so,
second time you've seen him.
You don't think this is a little weird?
Well, yeah, I do, because well, I don't know. Like he looks younger for his age, but I don't know.
Is he married?
No, he's not married.
And how many people have you told about it since it started happening?
I mean, like everyone.
Everybody, right? Like
Yeah,
the point is to tell people about it, right?
No, I don't really tell. Like, usually, like at first I didn't tell anyone, but now like I really don't care.
Well,
How long has it been going on for?
What?
How long has this been going on for?
Oh, for like maybe like a year and a half, or
Ugh.
Year and a half.
like
You're
a
18.
year.
You're 18
Yeah.
now.
You started when you were 17?
No, I met him when yeah.
Ooh.
This
And-
guy's. This
But I
guy's.
lied. I said I was really 18, so
All
I
right.
met him.
But now, do you make yourself 19 or you just stay 18 for 2 years?
No, now he knows.
Because eventually you got to move up.
Yeah.
All right. Now, is he freaking out that you're going to tell your mom or your dad?
No, they know. My parents know.
Aren't your parents wanting to kill this guy?
No, I don't know. My mom, I don't know. They trust me. They don't really like him because he's older. But
the trust thing, you've already violated all that. So
it's not like they don't like
their
him.
Foolishness.
Just because he's older, by the way, it's because he's older and humping
an 18-year-old, yeah,
and then 17-year-old daughter.
What kind of medicine does he practice? Just out of curiosity.
He's a pediatrician.
Oh.
Yeah. No, I'm just kidding. He's not a pediatrician. He's like a general doctor, just like general.
Yeah.
Not a
kidding, by the way.
Yeah, he is a pediatrician.
Of course.
Yeah.
No, I promise he's not.
You're 18. You're dizzy. You
wouldn't have come up with that. Yeah.
Please.
It was too good.
It's too specific.
Really? And you freaked out because you thought people were going to identify him now, a pediatrician who should be identified and called out for his behavior, by the way. And by the way, you don't want this guy handling kids, especially in adolescence.
Yeah.
Somebody should make a report. Hey, it's not funny. Somebody should make a report to the board on this.
No.
This is very serious.
No, he's not a pediatrician, I promise.
All right. Well, maybe. All right.
Well, why did you call?
Good point.
Well, I don't know. I just want to know. Is that really bad?
It's because you get off on people knowing about it.
Ooh.
What?
Joseph. You heard him.
I get off on people knowing about it?
Yeah. No? I knew she heard him. Look. All right, Ashlyn. Here's.
What do you like about him?
I don't know. He's smart and he's handsome. He's fun. I don't know. Everything.
Right. Okay. Was he married? Is he divorced? What's the situation?
No, he's never been married.
He's busy with the kids.
He's never been married. Does he have children?
No, he's not.
Thank God.
So he's just sort of a perpetual bachelor.
Uh-huh.
All right,
do you think he's serious about you?
I don't know.
When she's 40, when she's his age, he'll be 80. That's not a life for her.
No, I listen, relax over there, Drew. Somebody's jealous.
No.
Some doctor's with a woman his own age.
We got to take a break.
Wait, hold on a second. Here's all I want to say. I'm curious what she thinks. Does she think he's in love? They're in love. This is going to work. It's not going to work. What's her
You're
fantasy?
You're going to have to pry that out of her. It's going to take you 4 minutes. We'll have to take a break. She's going to have to be cracked like a nut.
All right.
Because she's so full of, it's all fluffy and it's all fun. It's all game. Whatever. No.
All right.
We'll try. We'll crack her.
All right. Let's take ourselves a little break. We'll be right back to crack Ashlyn like a nut after this.
All right, guys, here's the deal. Looking to hook up? Call the Dateline. Sick of wasting time with the wrong person?
Call the Dateline.
One call's all you need to make. Call the Dateline.
1-877-889-DATE.
If you need help,
call LoveLine. 1-800-LOVE-191.
The one and only. Live 105.
Hey, everybody, it's LoveLine. Joseph Gordon-Levitt is here tonight.
Hello.
He's got himself a little movie, which is coming out in Los Angeles, at least, starting tomorrow, Mysterious Skin. Gregor Rocky joint. Yeah, personal friend. I've worked with him before.
You mentioned it once or twice.
Have I brought that up?
Mm-hmm.
What was the name of that movie again?
Splendor.
I was awesome in that. You guys check it out. We will move forward here and get back to Ashlyn, who's 18. Ashlyn.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, you're dating the 42-year-old former friend of the family.
Uh-huh.
The doctor, and you find him attractive, and he's smart, but... What's the long-term plan with this guy? Do you think maybe he'll get married, or?
I don't know. I just I've never liked young guys. I've always liked older guys. I don't know why. I have a problem or something, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
All right, but are you in love with him?
No.
Why not?
No, how dare you?
No, I don't know. No, I'm not in love with him, but I like him a lot.
Why aren't you in love with him?
I don't know, because
he ain't in love with you?
no, because I don't, because it just, I don't know.
Well, you've been with the guy for how long?
For we're not going out, but we're dating.
Yeah, but let me explain what's going on. You're into this guy. He's using you. He's using you for sex, and you know somewhere in the not too deep recesses of your mind that if you ever said, "Look, I need a commitment. We need to start getting serious here," he'd immediately pull back and
take off.
So you say, "I'm not. I'm just casually into him too." You're sort of dancing to his own beat. Which is great for him, but stop lying to yourself and quit trying to do it to us. You're into this guy. He's not that into you. He likes the sex, and you know if you start pushing, and you probably have a time or two, the phone doesn't ring for a week. Mm-hmm.
So what is the plan? Given that reality, what is the plan?
I know you guys are right.
Thank you. That's why I was so surprised by the Jew thing earlier. I'm almost always right. Yeah, look.
So what's the plan?
All right, but let me just say this. We talk to women all the time. They, well, my boyfriend dumped me, and that was about 6 months ago, and now he just has sex with me, and that's
cool.
okay with you?
Great.
Oh, yeah, it's cool. And you don't want to you don't want to get back together with him? No, I just, it's a booty call for me. BS. And many women are in this situation. If you start pressing the guy, he's gone. You start trying to corner him. You start laying down the, hey, we're going out in public. I'm going to start telling people this is nonsense. It's gone on long enough. He's gonna split. So you pretend like you like his plan, but you don't.
No, you pretend it's your idea. You pretend, I'm just having sex. It's cool.
You do that,
I'm just like him. It's cool.
Right. This also comes through in the, I've been with my guy for 7 years. I'm 32. Why aren't you guys married? We don't want to get... He doesn't. All right, Ashlyn, that's enough. This guy's a doctor. He's never been married. He's not going to start now. He's not a great guy.
He's a criminal.
He's a friend of the family that's banging their 17-year-old daughter. And by the way, friends of the family can do the math on how old the kids are. Like, I happen to know Drew's kids are in their 20s, and that they're fair game for me sexually. Yes, Drew? Thank you.
That's the same math this guy did.
That's right. All right. So, Ashlyn, you know what the answer is. Break it up and just find yourself a nice 20-year-old guy.
You're kind of addicted to this relationship. It's a very disturbing...
How do I, break it off? Because I don't know, I want to, but then, I don't know, when I'm with him, then I get, all,
Cold turkey. It's heroin. Cold turkey.
Yeah.
Cold turkey, and to go out and do other things, take care of yourself, develop relationships, go to school, start working on your life. Okay? And if you can't do that, then you got to get some treatment.
Yeah, I know.
All right. Yeah. All right, baby. Come on. And here's what you don't realize and what everyone doesn't realize. These kinds of relationships just erode your self-esteem.
They take your soul.
You're weak now. Yeah. You have no juice in your batteries. This guy's worn it away. This lie you've been living for the last year has worn away all your juice. You need to get your juice back.
Somehow this is some remnant from your past. You're trying to solve some problem from the past this way, and this is making things worse.
All right, everybody, here's the plan. You cannot break up with someone like this and just focus on not talking to them. That just becomes obsession. You need to get involved with the rest of your life. You need your friends. You need your activities. What turns you on, what flips your cookie, your work, your school,
your relationships,
your guitar, your poetry book, whatever it is, your team, whatever it is. Hit them all hard. Up early every morning, tons of exercise, classical music. Go hang around with your buddies. And remember, your last easy day was yesterday. Let's go. Let's motivate now. Break it down. Get a hand in. Motivate. Superfan. All right. I got to beat off and take a nap, by the way. What time is it?
Superfan.
Motivate. Bruce?
Hello.
What's happening?
Well, yeah, I'm kind of a fan of Joseph. Last time he was on your show, he was talking about Manic, and I went out and saw it. So
That's great, man.
I wanted to ask Joseph whether you were going to stick with independent films, or going to try to go to the full feature route, or what you had planned.
Man, I'm really glad you saw the movie. I'm really proud of it. I hope you get to see this one. It's called Mysterious Skin. the way I feel about independent movies or big corporate movies is it's not so much a difference between indie and studio. It's whether the people that are doing them care about what they're doing, which sounds obvious, but a lot of people really don't. They're just kind of like, that's good enough, or like, well, it's really out of our control. We're just placating our boss. Both Manic and Mysterious Kid were made by people that really believed in them and cared about them. And that can exist in more big studio movies, and I hope to eventually do something like that. But as of now, I really hope you get to see this next movie, man. I think you'll really like it.
Yeah, I hope that it comes to Seattle. I mean, if not, I'll...
Yeah, it's coming to Seattle. You can go to... There's a website, MysteriousSkinTheMovie.com, and it tells the dates that it's coming out in all the cities so far. And I do know it's going to be in Seattle sometime in June or
2009.
Adam, it's not 2009. It's something like June, like I said. Don't confuse him.
June 2009. Hey, Bruce.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so I don't know where Seattle ranks. I mean, I know there's New York probably first in sort of indie, art house, whatever, and then it goes to Los Angeles.
They have a really good film festival.
But I'm guessing, Seattle's got to be way up there though in the sort of progressive indie whatever vibe. Maybe just on the map in the last 10 years or so.
Right, it's got to be near San Francisco in terms of you would think.
I would think, yeah. So I guess the answer, go to the website, Bruce. But do you guys can you find movies that are a little off the beaten path over there in Seattle?
Yeah, we've got a great district, kind of like the U district, the University district, that shows a lot of artsy and off-the-wall things. And sometimes it's only for a weekend, so, you really got to be, watchful, make sure you can catch it.
Right. All right, Bruce. We'll go out and watch it and go out and support it.
Thank you really very much for calling.
You're welcome.
Take care. I was just looking at Joseph's credits here. 2 Hollywood Reporter Young Actor Awards, Best Actor Under 10.
Ooh.
Wow. Yeesh. What was going on before? What were you doing at 9 or 8?
9 or 8. Working on television.
Oh. I was working on a solid BM at 8, actually.
I was working on
9,
that too.
and then it fell apart again at 10.
It's a mess ever since.
You were doing TV. I mean, what now? When you got the Hollywood Reporter, the 2, by the way, under 10. That means.
No, I think 1 was after I was. A little older.
Over 10.
Yeah.
All right, but the point is. What were you on? Like, were you regular on something that I missed?
10. I think that was for A River Runs Through It. I was in that.
Yeah.
That was the first movie I ever did.
And then television back then?
Yeah, a bunch of TV. I was born and raised in the Valley here in L.A. So
sorry.
Well, it just goes to show how much you know about the Valley in L.A., Dr. Drew.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
I'm actually proud to be from here.
That's right.
Although I live in New York.
Oh.
All I know about the Valley is what Adam tells me.
What part of the Valley are you from?
Van Nuys.
Oh.
What?
It's beautiful people, beautiful country over there.
I love concrete and asphalt. I love it.
I was going to ask if you like
Look,
wild
man, in
game
tough
and
conditions,
streams.
that breeds
You're
beautiful
right. That's
people.
right. You got to have creative imagination.
He's like a little Harlem Rose just springing up from the cracks in the sidewalk. Where'd you grow up in Van Nuys?
Where did I grow up in Van Nuys? I went to Van Nuys High.
Right?
Main Streets.
He was a wolf.
Yeah, I was a wolf at Van Nuys High. That's true. I grew up in Van Nuys and Sherman Oaks.
Oh, well, now Sherman Oaks.
Sherman Oaks, so that's a little different.
That's a little different.
Woodman, Ventura.
Oh, my goodness.
I lost all my cred. Is that
lost his street cred.
All right, sorry, man.
Lost his cred.
Wow, so now you've just made me look like a big poser.
Yeah, I was thinking like, Vano and
Magnolia and
I was thinking,
Vinland.
Well, this is where I hung out.
We can talk when you grow up on Sherman Way in Roscoe. Then we can talk.
That's where Ian grew up.
I don't know who Ian is, but he's got to be a bad.
He was like my best friend when I was in junior high.
That's by proxy street cred. Yeah.
Look, I'm not going to argue.
It's his beard.
He was up in the hills.
It's his beard for street cred.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Well, no wonder you love Van Nuys. You didn't live there. I know Studio City when I hear it.
Look, Sherman Oaks is different than Studio City.
Yeah, it's nicer.
What? I'm not going to.
All right. But please, Van Nuys. I was wondering why you liked Van Nuys, and I realized you were looking down on it while it was burning from your hillside manor.
I didn't have a hillside manor.
Oh, man. Eating grapes that were peeled and fed to him by servants, many from Van Nuys.
I was low. Low. You want to guess if I'm Jewish now?
Nah. Oh, south of Ventura, or what side of Ventura?
1 block south of Ventura.
Jew. I'm going Jew. Going Jew. That's Foothill Jew, though. That's not Hebrew Heights. So you got to move a little closer to Laurel Canyon, too. I can really lock it in this one area.
Kim, here you go. Kim.
Hi.
You're 20. What's up?
Okay, this is my question. I've been seeing a guy for like probably the last month and a half, and he's been kind of hesitant to be with me because he's in a fraternity, and I dated his older brother in a fraternity, but he still has been hanging out with me. And
hold on. You just blurted out a whole bunch of information.
Okay,
You've been seeing this guy how long?
About a month and a half. He's one of my classes, and I've been seeing him.
What does that mean, seeing him? What are you doing?
Oh no, we just hang out mostly, but like we've been kind of being physical, sort of. The thing is, like, I can hear. This is my question is, I have been giving him head and whatnot, and finally today we just tried to have sex, but he couldn't keep it up during it. And my question is that he is uncircumcised, and that is like what I feel like is a problem. But I don't know.
That has nothing to do with anything.
Okay,
Jew.
I've never
I know
been with a guy that is uncircumcised, and he couldn't keep it up, and I didn't understand what the problem was.
Well, it has nothing to do with him being uncircumcised.
I'm gonna float a theory here.
Yeah, he's not.
He pulled his penis out of her mouth. She started clamoring away, and he lost his erection.
Right.
Ooh, that Kim's a talker. We don't like a lot of chat in or out of the bedroom. Delay. Or really, anyway.
Well, not the kind of manic, tangential talk.
Whoo, baby, you got a motor on you.
I am so sorry.
Okay, so you would give him a lot of oral sex.
Yes, exactly.
And he would have an orgasm that way.
Yes, exactly. But he can't do it while we're having sex.
And by the way, you said oral sex and whatnot?
No, it's just complete oral sex. That's what
all right. And he would have that orgasm. So that was kind of his thing.
And then would you have sex after he had orgasm?
No. What happened is I usually just give him oral sex and he can orgasm. Mm-hmm. But today we finally just tried to have sex, and we tried having sex, and he could not keep an orgasm. He could not keep it hard at all.
All right, hold on a second. Right. And you said he's a friend. His friend is your ex-boyfriend?
He is a friend of my ex-boyfriend, yes.
Mm-hmm. Here's my take on this. He ain't that in. He's getting the oral sex, and that's fine. Yeah. Because she's even sort of couching. We're kind of hanging out. We're sort of hanging out. We're sort of being sexual and whatnot. Yeah. And won't go ahead and saying, hey, I'm having sex with this guy. I think I'm dating him, but he's kind of weird. No, he's kind of not even in this relationship. He's accepting oral sex from you. Yeah. You've sort of taken it further, and he's just not there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's not in.
Well, or it's just the first time you tried to have sex, and try it again, and it'll work out.
How many times have you tried?
This is the first time we've tried.
Joe's right. Maybe just one of those things.
All right,
look, man, just because they're not like wearing each other's rings, you don't have to place these value judgments like it's a bad thing.
No, we're not saying anything's bad. People can do whatever they want. But the fact is that you have to wonder why. She wants an explanation why. My sense of it is that he's not that into this.
No, he ain't that into it.
Why would not being into it keep him from having an erection?
Sometimes guys, it depends. Like this guy, is he a college? Oh, he's a college guy.
Yeah. And he's got anxiety.
And he's a decent guy.
Yes.
But he's a frat guy.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, let me, I got a few theories. First off, this guy likes oral sex.
Yep.
He does.
And
that's kind of his thing.
He'll take that from her, right? She's like, offering, he'll take it.
But he may be one of the guys that likes it better than intercourse.
Agreed,
so number one, you're giving him what he wants already.
That's
the other thing is kind of strange.
I agree.
For him. Okay, the second part is the other one, once in a while, some guys are decent. And these guys realize that when you actually have intercourse with a woman, you cross the line into a sort of different commitment phase, that there's something going on. And even if the mind is willing, the penis is weak. Sometimes the penis goes, no, I'm not going to let you get into trouble, because the next thing you know, you're going to break this girl's heart.
And he's thinking about his friend. He's thinking about his other things. If he were really into her, he'd go through with it.
And he'd be calling her, and he'd be wanting to get away on the weekends with her.
Right. Let's have more sex,
Kim,
and he's not doing that.
I don't think this guy's in love with you.
No, he's not even in at all.
It is true that I tend to be more sexually attracted to people that I like better.
Of course. That's why you like him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And he's accepting oral sex from you. That's what this relationship is. You're giving him a gift, he accepts.
You get the feeling he's not head over heels for you, don't you, Kim?
Somewhat. Like, he gives me mixed signals all the time. Like,
right.
Yeah, totally.
Here's the actual signal.
Pre-B-job signal.
Right. And the post-BJ
there's a post-BJ symbol.
Right.
Does he give you oral sex?
He has, but not as much as I give him.
Well, that sucks. That should tell you something, Kim. Come on.
This guy,
be realistic here.
That's the thing. He gives me mixed signals to feel like he really cares for me, but then
until you give the blowjob, and then the signals to magically go away.
But here's what you guys need to realize. Poor women have been confused into thinking that guys
are like women.
Yes. Oh no, that we don't know what we like, or we don't know how to express ourselves,
or we could be we're confused all the time. No, we know. We're like a freight train. We know.
Believe me, when a guy, and look, there's 3 guys sitting here. All right, 3.5 with Drew. He's very passionate. We got a lesbian. We got like 3 3/4 guys sitting here. We've all been with women in the past where we've played that confused guy card. Like, hey, you know what? I'm just hang loose. I'm pretty young. I got my buddies. I'm working on my career. I got this. Yeah, we can have a little sex on the week. We'll do a little dating. And there's times when they push and you go, oh, no, I'm into you. But we know not. And they walk away thinking, I think he's into me, but he's a little flaky. You know, he's a guy. He's 23 or whatever. And then we all know what it's like to be into somebody. Boom, laser lock focus. Full steam ahead.
That's
Game on. What's going on? You're over at their house. You get home. You call them when you get home. You see them the next 10 nights in a row. You talk to them on the phone for 3 hours. Guys are perfectly capable
when they're
of that.
It's like a starving guy with a pork chop just out of reach. I mean, they are in.
Guys can be romantic. They can be committed. They can be focused. They can be attentive. They can be all the things you don't think guys are. You find this guy the right chick, I'll show you a guy who is I'll show you a restraining order. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
He'll receive oral if the stars align.
But hey, if she likes giving him oral sex, there's no reason that she shouldn't do that.
Yeah,
she wouldn't be calling radio.
She wants him to turn the corner, and he's not. This is the theme of the night. Kim?
Yeah.
All right, find a guy who's into you.
Okay.
Because it erodes your self-esteem. There's someone out there.
Well,
he's
the
into you, not in your mouth, into you.
I call this the Carrie Bradshaw syndrome. A lot of women prefer being in that state of longing than in the state of real connection. And certainly would rather not be chased. They'd rather be the chaser. It's more comfortable for them. That's how they experience intimacy. Real intimacy. Oh no, we'll have none of that. So you got to examine that, Kim. If you're one of those people, be very careful.
Carrie Bradshaw from Sex and the City.
Yeah, is that her name?
Yeah, that's her.
Yeah,
it always bothered me because I always think Terry Bradshaw whenever I hear Carrie Bradshaw, and they're very different.
No,
some similarities.
Yeah. Let's take a break.
You want to take a break?
Yeah, I do.
You do?
I've had enough.
Well, Drew,
take a call.
Say you're tired of helping people.
Take a call.
Can I be a little bit of a salesman here? Since you're talking about the theme of like convincing yourself that someone's really into you. The movie that's coming out tomorrow, Mysterious Skin. Thank you very much. I appreciate that sound effect. It makes me sound very genuine. The character I play, when he was young, he's abused, but he grows up and
which one does he end up being? You end up being.
This is the one that I end up being,
I'm imagining one is like ultra religious and one's a drug addict.
One, almost. One convinces himself that he's abducted by aliens.
Right.
That's not me, and he's kind of the shy, sci-fi obsessed guy.
Perfect.
And then the one that I play convinces himself that he was in love with his abuser, his little league coach, when he was 8 years old. And so he becomes this very attractive and sexy person on the outside, and he becomes a prostitute. But on the inside, he's lying to himself, and so that's what goes on in the movies. Over the course of the movie, he figures out that it's a delusion, and he meets up with the other character, who's kind of in the end able to kind of reveal
what happened.
each other's delusions.
So look, you come out this weekend. Bring the kids. If Herbie, the love bug, is filled, you slide right over
longest
there.
yard. Longest yard's theater's filled.
I think more Herbie. Longest yard would be a little tough on the kids.
I don't know if they're going to play Herbie at Sunset 5.
Oh, yeah. It'll get there. Mysterious Skin, name of the film, coming out tomorrow in Los Angeles. Take a quick break. When we come back, we'll speak to Amber. 24-year-old boyfriend won't commit to exclusive. Why not? I don't want to talk about it.
No.
Screwed neighbors.
We'll find a good one. Here, can't have an orgasm since having a baby. Here we go.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What's his name?
Julie.
Okay. It's a weird name for a dude. We'll be right back.
I meant Julian.
It's for my brother.
We'll be right back after this.
If you need help,
call LoveLine. 1-800-LOVE-191.
the one and only. Live 105.
Hey, everybody. It's LoveLine. I'm Adam. That's Dr. Drew. Joseph Gordon-Levitt is here tonight. Mysterious Skin, name of the movie, out tomorrow in Los Angeles. What's the website again?
MysteriousSkinTheMovie.com.
And you go there, you find out the information, where it's playing, when it's coming to a city near you, or where it is when you live in a city near you, or on you, or however that works. So, I was just having a nice conversation with Joseph and Drew about convening with nature, and Drew's a nature fan, lives in a place where a little more rural than a lot of people. Explained that I almost ran over a bobcat, and I was thinking to myself, you know, when you talk to people from Los Angeles about nature, it's usually about running things over. Oh, really? You think you have a lot of nature? I almost ran over a deer. Oh, really? My wife backed over a family of raccoons. Wow. It's like you're on a nature preserve. Wow. It's beautiful. You're backing over a lot of nature. You're in your car, so it's like it's sort of like a Lion Country Safari back in the day. Like, oh yeah, when I was driving home at night, I saw a whole family. There's a bunch of coyotes run across the street, and then I backed over a frog, and then later on, my wife ran over a rabbit. Ooh. Oh man, we've really run over some beautiful nature.
It's nice.
Lately, we don't always run it over. Sometimes we just stun it when it bounces off the bumper. Yeah, going out and running over nature, I'll tell you. And a lot
nothing like it.
You don't have that in New York. You don't get to run over nature. You got to go to a museum and look at look at like a stuffed cow or something. Here, we really get in touch with nature by running it over.
And we make fun of people for hunting and shooting.
That's right.
We skip right to the cars running right.
I know. It's like, oh, Ted Nugent's got to be stopped with his crossbow. Meanwhile, I got 4,000 pounds worth of crossbow running over nature all the way home. I've definitely killed more stuff than Ted Nugent has. And not on purpose, just taken more animal souls than Ted. Yes, Drew?
Yes.
At least he eats it. I feel bad and think about stopping and then keep rolling.
Yeah.
I do that. I should stop. Then you figure y'all get run over by deer in a bigger car.
It's got heat hot in Los Angeles. The nature's kind of out. The
nature's out.
Skunks in the street, raccoons out there.
That's right. And also, we have, I don't know if everyone's squirrels are as ballsy as ours are, but ours have a death wish. They do not care if they die. They'll be by the side of the road, dicing a little, make a quick move like they're going to jump in the brush and then fly out to the car. What? What's so important on the other side of the street that you couldn't wait till the car got by?
But they always manage to look at you and make eye contact right before they die.
Yeah, they make eye contact.
It's really chilling.
And they do a move that's weird. It's like, all right, you see me, I see you. I got 4,000 pounds worth of steel around me. You have 3 ounces of fur protecting you. You're going to make a move? You're going to make a move for the wheel? What are you trying to do, by the way? Are you attacking the car? What's going on? Do you hate tires? Do you hate tread? Like, where are you going? I don't think they're smart, Drew.
Yeah.
Do we have a lot of squirrels listening? We're going to get letters.
Be careful.
You know we'll get letters. All right. Julie?
Yeah.
21? Mm-hmm. What's up? Are you depressed?
No.
Okay. What's going on?
Sort of. I can't seem to have an orgasm, which is really bad.
Since having a vaginal delivery?
Yeah.
Did you start any, like, Depo-Provera or anything at that point?
No.
You start any birth control pills?
No, I'm just getting on them right now.
Did you start any medication or anything around the time?
No, I haven't.
Nothing.
Like, I don't know if it's because of the baby or because I'm using condoms.
Are you breastfeeding?
No.
Why are you using condoms?
Because I don't want to get pregnant. I don't want to get diseases.
You guys didn't used to use condoms?
Oh, no. This is not with my baby's father.
Yeah.
I'm not having intercourse with my baby's father.
Yeah, smart.
My baby's father.
At 21,
That's a new category.
you should be done with the guy
My baby's
who sired
father.
your kid. Yeah, keep moving. Yeah, the I don't want to get diseases was a clue for me that she might be spreading it around a
My
little bit.
My baby's father is a chilling term.
Yeah, well, get used to it. It's the new one. Hey, Julie?
Uh-huh.
Where is the baby's dad?
Not in the picture right now.
All right, now hold on. I know I've been wrong in the past. I don't say anything.
No.
She's calling from Banning, California. She's 21. She's using the baby's dad thing. Single mom, having sex, spreading around. I know Jew when I hear one. I just do. Julie.
What?
Jewish. Am I right?
No.
Oh, God. It's almost like uncanny. It's like 26 times straight. I'm usually so intuitive.
Yeah, I've been hearing you.
The only non-Jew in Banning, California, by the way.
Well, actually, I just moved here, though. So.
Okay. All right. Well, so what's up?
Well, I don't know. I've tried taking matters in my own hands, like, telling him what to do on top.
And why doesn't that work?
Well, I like it, but I'm not having an orgasm. And
this is one guy you've been, you said you're using condoms, you don't want to get diseases.
Yeah. Same guy.
Yeah, same guy.
Maybe it's just this guy.
So should I give him the boot?
I'm just saying that maybe there's something wrong between you or something that
Does
he's
he
doing.
give you
How about with just yourself?
Excuse me?
How about, can you have an orgasm by yourself?
No, I don't really like to touch myself.
Yeah.
Every time it seems I meet a girl that doesn't like to touch herself, she can't have an orgasm.
Interesting.
I don't know that I can't.
I don't get off like that. I've tried, believe me.
21.
I know that I don't think I would have been able to know how to have an orgasm if I hadn't been doing it myself for years and years before I had sex.
Because unfortunately, it's a different biology. Women use actually a whole part of their brain that we don't use, and it's hard to get that thing engaged by yourself. That's why they feel nothing. They just feel like, ugh. Julie, describe to Joe what it feels like to masturbate.
I don't really feel anything.
See, they just feel nothing.
Like,
they get arousal, but no drive. No
I like it when the guy does it.
Right.
Yeah. No, I mean, boy, I'd kill myself. Julie.
Yes.
Why'd you move to Banning?
Because it's closer to work.
All right. You need to. I'm not so sure this guy. It doesn't sound like you're sold on this guy.
That's kind of what we're thinking.
Does he give you oral sex?
No.
Do you like that?
Yeah, but
why doesn't he?
Because I don't do it, so.
For him.
Yeah.
That's nice. Something's going on, Julie.
Yeah.
What's up? Were you abused?
Well, when I was younger, yeah.
Well, that's what we're talking about.
No, I meant in the future, like when you're in your 60s.
No, when I was like 13, I was raped.
Yeah, was
there?
But
I would say I don't know. I think that's just that's in the past.
No, just like a crippling motorcycle accident. That was 18 months ago, Drew.
It's in the past.
Shake it off.
Yeah. And by the way, something happened before you were 13 too. That set you up for that rape at 13.
I'm going to go with that too.
So
who raped you at 13?
Actually, someone at a party.
And did they force you to perform oral sex?
No.
Why are you off the oral?
I don't know, because it's gross. Like, when a guy comes on my breast or something like that, it makes me gag. Like, I'll let them do it because, it pleases them. But...
And then she throws up, and then go down with it.
All right.
I'll just gag.
Okay, so Julie, nothing before you were 13? Daddy? Where's Dad? Whoa, where's your dad?
He's not with my mom,
No. I'm going way out on a limb here and say she doesn't know her dad.
No.
Or
he was the baby's daddy.
That's
number
right.
one.
Julie, where's original baby's daddy? Your dad?
My dad? Oh, he's in Fullerton.
He doesn't live with my mom, but I do see him every weekend.
Did they ever live together?
Yeah, they did, up until when I was 6.
And they got divorced?
Mm-hmm.
All right. And so no beef with him?
No.
All right. That's good. Why don't you find a guy you're really into? I'm not so sure you're in love with this guy. I think
I'm not in love. I've never been.
You're just lonely and you're killing time.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. Just like a call, we had a few calls back with the orgasm and everything. Guys, easier orgasming with girls.
Without love, yeah.
Yeah, this guy can orgasm all day long.
Right.
Put your dong through the mail slot in the front door of the chick's house, you could have an orgasm. You don't have to look at her.
Yeah.
But women, if they ain't feeling it,
well, particularly somebody like her who can't even feel sexual unless she's with a person and feel connected to the person. That's that particular biology.
Right. Can only orgasm when getting fingered. Ooh.
There's a different one.
Yeah, I don't want to talk. How about having transvestite fantasies?
Four.
All right, hold on. Screwed neighbor's girlfriend. She wants him. That's a guy? We don't like talking to guys.
4.
All right, but this guy's been on hold for an hour. An hour. Come on. Now, what do you call that?
Stefan?
Stefan?
Yeah, Stefan.
Do we need a Stefan and a Steven? I'm going to start narrowing things down a little bit when I'm in charge. Stefan and Steven, Andrea and Susan and Suzanne. Come on. Let's just narrow it down.
All
right, sorry. You'd be on the chopping block under my new regime, by the way, Stefan.
That's all right. I always am.
I will give you the choice between Steven, Stan, and Julius. It's a surprise.
And Flume.
I think people would read Julius and interpret it as Julius instead of Stefan as Steven or Stefan.
Here we go. What's the question?
Okay, basically, one of my good friends I met probably about a year ago lives 2 floors below me. Mm-hmm. And I've been kind of, I don't know, I've been his friend, and his girlfriend lives kind of far away. Mm-hmm. And she, I kind of told him from the get-go that she's been kind of, touchy-feely, and it kind of bothers me.
Mason jar.
Yeah.
And so I told him that when she wasn't around. And he goes, well, that's just how she is around everybody. So we just kind of let it go. Just got out of a relationship, and they're on the rocks, so you can already see a recipe for disaster because, I'm like, well, she wanted to stay for the weekend, but she didn't want to stay with him, and I said, well, look, I got an extra bedroom. You can stay with me. I get trashed. She's completely sober, and we end up sleeping together. Mm-hmm. I see this guy every single day.
By the way, I like it's a weird sort of... it's a weird way to compliment yourself where I got trash. She's stone cold sober.
We still slept together.
Yeah, you do the math. He's so smoking hot that she doesn't need half a wine cooler get in bed with him. He's an Adonis.
Right.
He needed to, get himself this close to poison.
There was a whole bunch of editorial in that, which is also, it wasn't like she was wasted and cheated on her boyfriend. She willfully went for this.
Yeah. Wow. Stefan, you must be like 10 kinds of hot.
No, she's just the opposite, I think.
All right, so finish your story.
Anyhow, she's always been... It kind of started with her being, like, she would call me because I was kind of their counselor, because they had some problems or whatever, and she called me...
What is your question?
My question is, at this point, I see this guy every single day, and she still calls me, and it's just like, how do I... I wanted to tell him that this happened.
No question.
You don't have any question. Why'd you want to make sure you underscore her sobriety
again?
And you're being loaded when you do finally tell him. Don't tell him. What do you need to tell the guy for? So he can try to kick your ass?
No, just to get it off my conscience, I guess.
No.
What'd you call a radio station?
Yeah, why'd you call us?
Just because it's misery seeing this guy every single day.
No, it's not misery. Yeah, it's miserable. Those two are broken up, right?
No, they're still together.
No, they're not. You made this whole thing up.
I'm not making... I wish I was.
All right. Do not take her phone calls and leave him alone.
And encourage her to be honest. It's her relationship. It's her problem.
Don't encourage her to do anything.
You just stay away from both these two.
Don't talk to her. That's fine.
Their problem. Their problem, not yours.
If something happens, Joseph, I don't know how old are you. How old are you, Joseph?
24.
You're getting out of the phase. And you're in your early 20s. You have that. I got to mix it up all the time. They need to know. I need to tell them. We need to get into it. It's real soap opera kind of thinking. You have more energy for the dramatic. You get a little bit older, you just start shutting up. People, let me impart a little knowledge onto my younger viewers. Knowing when to shut up is as important as saying the right thing.
Oh, definitely.
It really is. And I realize people don't it's not something that's ever taught or trained. It's sort of, people, it's not looked at as a virtue. It's huge.
Right.
I did do it when I used to be over at Jimmy Kimmel Live. I'd be sitting around the table with all the writers. Jimmy'd be ranting about something. He'd be like, the Michael Jackson trial was on E. We didn't even TiVo it. You guys got to be in charge of what's going on. You got to, and I was just like, just ride out the storm. Just look down. Then always be some idiot next to me that would pipe up. Well, we didn't know the TiVo, and then you'd see Jimmy like turn. He was doing yelling at everyone generally. All of a sudden, he's turning.
Yeah, to you.
Listen, Steve, you were told, and I'm thinking to myself, you had to pipe up, you idiot. He was yelling at 13 people, which is yelling at nobody. Now he's yelling at one person. That's you, because you're the one who had to pipe up in the middle.
Speaks volumes about the personality construct.
Everybody does it, but not the older guys. We just sit there and wait to die. Actually hoping to die right then.
A couple guys did, I suspect.
I'm just telling you. I don't care if your football coach is yelling at you. Whenever there's a group, whenever someone is
That's
yelling,
the bottom line.
Whenever someone is yelling at more than, let's say, 3 of you, shut up. If you're getting yelled at personally, once in a while you got to pipe up. You got to defend yourself. You got to do your thing. But when someone is just addressing a whole group of people and dressing them down, do not pipe up. Do not.
Shut your pie hole.
Don't take it personally, by the way. You're only getting like 1/27th of the guy's the guy's poison.
But that's the thing. People need to get that direct personal attention, whether it's positive or negative. They just need that. They need to be seen and heard.
Everybody quiet down. Yep.
The less you talk, the more powerful it is when you do.
That's right. Yeah. Same with swearing.
Say.
I remember one time my dad yelled "sea sucker," and I was almost floored because he was
he breathing? He was breathing at the same time?
I don't know what happened. I think it's the time I dropped this trumpet mouthpiece out the car window. I was trying to make it make noise, and it dropped it out. I think he only had one.
He's calling you a sea sucker.
I think it was just general. He was calling humanity a sea sucker.
Oh, my.
And, I was included in that humanity.
Oh, boy.
All right, let's take ourselves a little break. Mysterious Skin is coming out in theaters out here in Los Angeles, at least. Coming out tomorrow, May 27th. Take a quick break. Right back after this.
Dude, you got issues.
Call LoveLine.
1-800-LOVE-191.
Hey, everybody. LoveLine. Music seems weird, doesn't it, Drew?
I like it.
Really? All right.
I like it better than that Coldplay earlier.
Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Joseph Gordon-Levitt is here tonight. There it is. What was Coldplay in here?
A while ago.
3 years?
Yeah.
All right. Mysterious Skin, name of the new movie, out in Los Angeles, starting tomorrow. And let's take a little question for yours truly. Annie?
Hi.
What's
Oh, my
happening, baby doll?
I can't believe this. Okay, well, I'm a long-time listener, and I just want to say I love both of you, and just thank you for what you do every day. But
Thanks.
Right on. I second that.
Thank you.
Sure. And Adam, tomorrow's your birthday, right?
That's true.
I just want to wish you a happy birthday.
Thank you.
And
Listen, right on that.
Yeah.
tomorrow's my boyfriend's birthday too, and he's a genius too. But I love you first.
Oh, really? Oh, you love me first.
Yeah, but so
Well,
we're
first
gonna
or
be
more?
hanging out by the pool tomorrow. We're gonna play Adam Carolla in honor.
Oh,
that's
great.
How would that go? How would you do it? Because it's important that you be a little sing-songy about it.
Let's practice it here.
Yeah.
Oh.
You lead us. We'll do it. Yeah.
Adam.
Corolla.
I can't believe I'm talking to you. I love you so much.
Oh, thanks, Annie. What's your boyfriend do that makes him a genius?
Well, he's in law. After your rant last night about lawyers, he's in law school right now. But he's a good guy. He's a good one. He'll
They
do
all
good
start
things.
off that way. They're just going to help the impoverished, and before you know it, they're shutting down factories,
No.
suing the pants off everybody.
No, we might
All right.
actually be poor someday. He'll do a bunch of pro bono and stuff.
Good. All right. Well, God bless you, Annie. You
Yeah,
must
you
be a
too.
genius yourself.
What are you doing? What are you doing now, Annie?
What am I doing?
Basking in my glow. What do you mean? What's she
in
doing
San
now?
Diego, just hanging out on the beach? What do you do for a living?
I'm a massage therapist.
Oh.
Yeah.
Needs a massage.
For now.
I like that.
Yeah.
All right. So you're a little bit weird. It's all massage
no, I'm
therapists
not
are
one of
loving.
those weird ones at all. No.
All right.
Massages don't solve anything. Take a pill if you want to help your body, right?
Yeah, either one. But I always wished I had a problem so I could call in. So
Well,
I had a good excuse tonight.
this time next year, call in again.
I will.
Annie. All right. And please, when you're massaging people, do not explain that they store all their tension in their back and neck.
Yeah.
Ooh, you store it. Oh, really? Where else? Because I see most people you see, they store it in their nails, toenails, fingernails, and cuticles. I store mine in my neck.
Kidney.
Kidney? Mm-hmm. I store mine in my eyelashes
and pancreas,
and my right nostril. But interesting that you found people that store tension in their neck and back. I like when they do that. Although I did have someone go, I got a massage about 6 months ago, and the person went over my body and told me everything that was wrong. Here's what they said. They said, "Ooh, what happened to your ribs? Something's wrong with your ribs." I said, I was boxing. Some guy whacked me in the ribs like 3 months ago. I said, "Oh yeah." And then she went over my face and went, "Ooh, what's up with your jaw?" And I said, I got a root canal I got to take care of. She went over, I think, 3 things that were
wrong.
Yeah, but they weren't bumps. They weren't sticking out or anything. You couldn't feel the ribs. You couldn't really feel
something.
The whatever. But there was a third thing, and she sussed it all out. Steven?
Yeah?
You're 15?
Yep.
You want to play
Who's Norman?
Play a little Germany or Florida? Yeah, that was their third thing. Yeah. Yeah. All right, go ahead, Steven.
All right. A judge rejected...
Hold on a second. we got to tell you how these psychics work, because we have one in here from time to time. We always make fun of them and they get mad. But here's how psychics work. I had a cat named Norman when I was a kid. The cat was named Norman for no good reason. My sister named this cat we found Norman. I don't know why. She just thought it was a funny name. I mentioned I was having a laugh. Like, I haven't lost anyone in my family since my cat Norman 20 years ago. And then later on, now this is what the psychics do. They collect the little bits and pieces of information. You don't know they're collecting. They're just dumping around. They'll be talking. How you doing? How's your dad? You guys from out here? What's your dad's name? You know, a little bits. You like sports? And next thing you know, they start figuring it out, putting it through the psychic computer and spitting it back at you. Later on in the show, the psychic chick was like, "And who's Norman? Who's Norman? I know it's your cat, but it's also somebody else important in the family." I said, "No, it's just Norman." Now, she did the math. Who names their cat Norman? No one names their cat Norman. You have to have a grandpa Norman or Uncle Norman or somebody named Norman who was very important or special in the family. Otherwise, it's Mr. Whiskers.
By the way, the cat
which would be a good name for grandfather,
the cat came later. She first said, "Who's Norman? Who's Norman? Who's Norman?" You and I mentioned the cat earlier. She says, "Oh yeah, I know it's the cat. I know it's the cat."
Yeah, but who?
But who?
Who's Norman? And I was like, nobody. My sister was high and named the cat Norman. She's like, "You think about it." I'm like, I thought about it. There's nobody I know named Norman. Well, you think about it some more. I'm like, look, you're wrong. Just admit you're wrong. And then it got ugly. Remember that?
Yeah.
And then she was like, she would do this one too. You do the Man Show, you do LoveLine, doing stuff, and
but you're not doing what you really want to do.
You're working, you're writing a movie or something like that. Remember, you're writing.
Yeah.
You do a lot of writing.
Yeah.
Remember, she was asking if I wrote, and then she didn't writing, and I said, "Nah, I don't write anything." She's like, "Think about it." I'm like, "No, remember that?
Yes.
More just crappy, grasping at straws math,
and
that's
then,
what
not
they
accepting
do.
no,
not accepting no, right? All right, real fast, Germany or Florida? Go ahead, Stephen.
All right. A judge rejected a welfare recipient's demand that the government pay for his hookers and porn. 35-year-old Jenner requested $3,000 a month for his naughty entertainment expenses because the state refused to pay for his Thai wife's plane ticket back to the state.
The state?
The state.
Okay, well, Florida.
We're going with Florida. Huh? Is this Germany or Florida, Joseph? Joseph's going Florida, too. We don't have time. We're all going Florida.
What is it?
It's actually Germany.
Well, the state.
The state?
They have states in Germany.
Huh?
They do.
All right, fair enough. Well
true.
done. Well done.
Damn it, true. I knew it was Germany with the stupid porn.
And the Thai and all that. It's nearly welfare state. All right.
I didn't follow that at all. Sorry,
I know.
guys.
We'll explain to you during the break.
Well, I think I get it now.
Well, now it's too late, of course. We all get
Ruined
it
the
now.
whole evening.
Yeah.
Who's Norman?
Let's take a break. We'll be back after this.
All right, guys, here's the deal. Looking to hook up? Call the Dateline. Sick of wasting time with the wrong person?
Call the Dateline.
One call's all you need to make. Call the Dateline.
1-877-889-DATE.
If you need help,
Call LoveLine. 1-800-LOVE-191.
Everyone, thanks, Joseph.
It's my pleasure.
You come back anytime. Mysterious Skin, name of the movie. You guys go out and see that in Los Angeles tomorrow. And see a couple things. Want to thank Engineer Anderson for doing a great job all week. Junior. That's
it.
Junior. Producer Lauren. Producer Ann, of course. Engineer Michelle. Phone screener Brian.
Yeah. And new phone screener.
Are you gay, Brian?
I am.
Okay. God bless phone screener Brian.
Michelle.
Take care,
Chris.
my friend. And
Patricia.
Engineer, everyone. Engineer
but it's
Chris.
Junior.
Right.
That's it.
There's not 34 juniors anymore. So, until next time, it's Adam Carolla for Dr. Drew saying mahalo. Oh, God!
This has been LoveLine. LoveLine. The opinions expressed on this show are not necessarily those of the staff, management, sponsors, or this station. The producer for LoveLine is Annie Gold. LoveLine is a presentation of Westwood One Entertainment.